Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Parton. I am the Discovery and Access Librarian here at the Borum Library at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. And in this video, I'm going to go over three main topics. First is going to be my information and how I can help you throughout the semester and your time at UFAS. Number two, I'll go over navigating the library website and what we have available for you. And number three, I'm going to do a brief example of searching by a subject-specific database if you're looking for research articles. So, as I said, I'm starting with my information. So once again, my name is Andrea Parton. My official title is Discovery and Access Librarian. And what that means is that I do all of our cataloging and metadata work. And I am also the system administrator for our library management system, which is called World Share Management Services. And the reason I'm sharing this video with you today is that I am the subject liaison for the departments of education, psychology, social work, sociology, and criminal justice. So, what does that mean? That means if you're majoring in any of those areas, I am here to help you with any questions you might have about the research process, using library resources, or really just anything. If it's something I don't know about, I can help you find the person who does know about it. But my main areas that I'll be able to help you with are looking at specific assignments. If you're struggling with an assignment in a course related to one of my disciplines, you can come to me and show me the assignment and what you're struggling with, and I'll do my best to walk you through it and help you break it down and decide next steps with it. I can help you review time management and prioritization strategies. So some basic college success type information. I can help you conduct field-related research, of course, so I can take a deeper dive into the subject-specific databases that I'm going to be showing you a brief preview of today. And I can also discuss subject resources and search strategies with you as we're looking through those databases and articles. And I can also help you use citation management tools for those references. So there are several ways that you can get an appointment with me, get some time with me, either face-to-face or remotely if you need to do it that way. You can scan this QR code, and that is actually going to take you to the library's appointment booking form. So that form, you can request an appointment with any librarian on campus. So it's not a link specific to me, but you can request an appointment with me through that link. Alternatively, you can reach out to my campus email. That's my first name and my last name. So andrea.parton@uafs.edu. You can just drop by my office in the Borum Library, room 139. Anytime I'm there, I usually keep my main office light off, but whenever I'm here, I turn on a little flashing wax warmer that has little lights on it that shows you that I'm here in my office, even though it's a little bit dark. And anytime I'm in here, you can knock on the door, come on in. If I have something that's coming up, I'll let you know that, I have a time constraint, but you can just pop in and say, hey, I need some help with research or databases or an assignment, or I just need to vent about some issue that I'm having with a class, anything. I'm here to support you. So you can also call my office phone. So my extension on campus is 7206. So whatever method is most comfortable for you, do not hesitate to reach out to me anytime you're struggling with anything on campus. I will do my best to help connect you with the resources that you need. That will lead us to the second part of my presentation. So I'm going to change what I'm sharing with you. And we are going to take a look at the library's webpage. So, I like to keep my homepage on campus set to my.uafs.edu because it has a lot of the most commonly used campus resources all in one central place for me to access. So I find it really convenient to just start there. I can click quickly to my email and from there go quickly to my calendar. Anyway, so uh, the first time you go to the library website, you can come from this page, come over to your quick links on the left and expand academics. They're in alphabetical order. So come down here to the Borum Library, click that, and that'll take you to the library's homepage. So there are a few main places to look here. We have some tabs along the top that are for different types of information that you might be looking for. So you might be looking for information about conducting research, about the services that the library offers, about our collections that we have, information about us as a library and the people that work here, our hours that we're open. We always have, when you come to the homepage, the hours for the day that you're logged in are going to show right here. So it says hours today are 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. But if you need to know the hours for a different day, you can click over here and that will show you a more extended version of our hours. I'll just click on that real quick to show you, and it'll show, the current week and then our normal operating hours. And when we're in summer or maybe winter break, then those hours will be listed there as well. So let's go back to the landing page. You can also access your library account here. So this is where you're going to turn off and on email notifications for your account. So when you're and this is also how you would be accessing an interlibrary loan request is through your library account. In the middle of the page, we have our main search box. So that's going to be, like it says right here, searching everything that you can access through the library. So If you're doing a general or basic search, just getting started with some general topic information, and you're looking for a variety of different types of resources, that might be a place to start. Usually when I'm conducting research, I try to start more specifically, whether I'm looking for a peer-reviewed article, or sometimes some assignments will require you to use print books and or an ebook also. So if you need to have a book as a resource, you can search just the books that we provide access to, and that's going to include both print books that are in the library building as well as ebooks that you can access in our databases. Over here on the right side of the screen is our chat with a librarian. So whenever there is a librarian logged in to our lib chat, you can anonymously, if you want, pose a question to a librarian and give your contact info so that we can get back to you and answer your question the best that we can. Back to the left side of the screen, we've got some quick links. So these are going to be some of the most useful resources and services that we have for you. So we've got our databases, which I'll be showing you in just a minute. You can reserve a study room. Those are very popular. You can submit an interlibrary loan request. If you're looking for a specific resource that we don't have access to, you can submit a request and we can try to borrow that from another library. Depending on the availability of the resource, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get. So if you're wanting a physical book, that can take a week or two to ship to us. But if you're requesting an article, some libraries will lend articles, and those we can get in a much quicker time frame, like a day or two sometimes. So just because we don't subscribe to something doesn't mean you can't use our site to get access to it. Course reserves. So if you're in a class and your instructor tells you that the library has a copy of the text on reserve, you can ask for that at the circulation desk, and you can also go to course reserves here to check the availability of those items. Citing your sources is going to take you to a page with a lot of citation help. So we've got manuals of the different styles available in the library. So those are books that we have available for you in the library on the right side there. We've got on the left side here a list of different styles that we have resources for. So if you're looking for APA, we can look at this, and this has different links to different resources. The Purdue OWL, formatting an APA paper, and we have those resources for several different types of writing styles, as well as a link for the UFAS Writing Center, and some information about plagiarism as well. So back to the home page. As you scroll down, you'll find contact information for the library in general, our socials. If you want to follow us and see what we're up to, There's a form for giving us feedback. If you want to tell us how we're doing, what you think about any services or any anything that you'd like to see us doing or offering in the library, you can click there and let us know. And then at the bottom in the center is going to be some sort of news blurb. So right now it's about how we have automatic renewals. If you have checked something out at the library and it comes up to be due, it's going to automatically renew for you if you have a renewal available on that item instead of telling you to contact the library to renew. So that should make things a little more convenient for everybody. We have a link for the Pebley Center, our historical archive on campus. A link for you to schedule an appointment with a librarian. So that's the same link that I put in the QR code earlier. And then we also have a link to specific research guides, which will be helpful. Those are curated by librarians, and those are helpful resources in particular subject fields. That leads us to our final segment, which is searching in subject-specific databases. And the reason I focus on this is because it's going to be a streamlined way of searching in a collection of articles that you expect to be related to the subject you're researching. So we will start by coming over here to the left side of the screen and clicking on databases. And that takes you to an alphabetical list of all of the databases that we have available for you. So you can see we have 97 available databases. You can click on a letter along the top. If you know the name of a database you're looking for, you can go straight to wherever it is listed. But if you're not yet familiar with all of the databases that are good for researching your subject, you can come up here to the subject filter and select education. And then what you'll see here is that we have 13 databases found for education. So we have 13 databases that should have good resources for education research. At the top of the list is going to be a highlighted box called Best Bets. So these are going to be the databases that we expect to be most useful for you when you're looking for scholarly articles. So for education, we're looking at Education Research Complete, ERIC via EBSCO, and Mental Measurements Yearbook with tests in print. But you can also scroll down and look at all of the databases that we have that could have educational resources. So I'm going to go to Education Research Complete. And each database you go to might look a little bit different depending on who the server is. This is an EBSCO database, so any EBSCO database is going to look pretty similar to this. But you can see that right here, it lists that I'm searching specifically in education research complete. I have my search bars for my keywords up here. I can switch to a basic search if I want to, but it has defaulted to an advanced search. And when you're searching in a database, the best strategy is going to be to extract keywords from whatever your research question is and just search for the keywords rather than searching for the entire question or an entire sentence about a topic. So I can click into the search box and start typing in my first term. And once you have a few letters in there, you'll see that it's going to start suggesting some topics. So we can see it has suggested pediatric, pediatrics, pediatric, or child, or children, or so we can see there that it's looking at some combinations of terms and synonyms. And if we click on that option, it's going to automatically search for that string. If we tell it to. I was thinking of pedagogy, so I'm going to click on pedagogy. And we know we're in an educational database, so I expect the articles coming back to be related to education. Over here, I can leave that on all fields, or I can change it to, I want pedagogy in the title, I want pedagogy, let's say I want pedagogy to be one of my subject terms. And I want to look at education in, let's say, a specific field. So I want there to also be mention of music. And you can see here, we can leave, I'm going to leave this at and because I want to include music. And I want all of my articles that come back to mention both pedagogy and music. If I select or, that's going to return a broader search. It's going to return anything that has either pedagogy or music in it. So some stuff is going to be about pedagogy, but it's not going to be about music. Some stuff is going to be about music, but it won't be about pedagogy. So that's how or works. Not is what you can use if you want to exclude a term. So if I'm getting a lot of results about performance instead of teaching, I could select not and put performance there to exclude those results. Just for example. So we're going to try searching with pedagogy and music. I'm just going to leave music in all fields. If you scroll down before clicking the search button there, you can see that there are some other options down here. So typically you don't want to be citing any articles that you don't have access to the full text. You want to be able to look through the full text even if you aren't going to read the entire article. So you want to limit your results to full text maybe. peer-reviewed, publication date. This can be important for a lot of fields of study. So I'm going to say I only want articles from the past 10 years. We can also limit by a specific journal if we know that information, a specific type of publication, a specific format. Let's say I only want articles, and then I can select some other things. Let's say literature review. Those are all I want to get. I can go ahead and set my language to English, and any other languages that are there. If I need, I can say I don't want to get any articles longer or shorter than a certain number of pages if I want. So you have different options. We can look at subjects that are available in the filters as well, but that gets a little more complicated. Usually I would leave that for after I've got a preliminary set of results. So then we can click the search button and we'll have a list of resources. I have 96 results. That's not a huge amount. So you can start to kind of glance through the titles of the articles that it has brought up, see if there are any subject terms that look like you might want to add them to your search if you want to narrow this down even more. If we want to go back and change how we've filtered it, we can go back into our filters and update those. If the list is just like if we still had thousands and thousands of results here, we might want to filter in a little bit more. So if you need to, you can play with your keywords, add some more synonyms, try excluding terms if you're getting just massive amounts of results, because you want a fairly, I would say, you want to start with a fairly small list, like probably under 1,000 sources, so that you can, not just scroll through the first page. You want to have a good variety, so that you can see everything that's available. And then, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can filter and narrow in your focus by adding more terms and that sort of thing. But I'm going to go ahead. You can see that you start to see some of the abstract and some of the information about the article here on this page. You can get more information about an article by clicking on the title. And you can scroll down and you'll be able to read the abstract. So the abstract is going to be a short summary of what is in the article. It's typically going to give you a better idea of if the focus of the article is going to be relevant enough to your topic and your research question for it to actually be useful for what you want to do with it. So read through the abstract, and that'll help you determine, is this an article that I want to access the full thing and look more closely at? And in that case, you could access a PDF or you could download it. And there are some other options over here for sharing. There's a cite button. So you can click that cite button, and that's going to help you with your citation information. You can select Chicago, MLA. We're going to leave it on the APA 7th edition. And that's going to show you how you should cite that on a references list. So any article that you look at, you should get that citation information and put it in a working bibliography, even if you haven't pulled any information out of it yet. Because if you do happen to decide to use something that you saw in that article, you need to be able to access it again. So whenever you're conducting research, always keep a working bibliography of the different sources that you're using. So you can copy that information. Most of them are going to look perfect. I won't say that a lot about computer generated things. You definitely want to double check and make sure that, for example, the title isn't in all caps, or that the author's name is in the proper format. But typically when you click the cite button on a resource in one of these databases, the citation is going to look correct, and you can just copy it and paste it directly to your bibliography, and then your references list later. And once again, we have lots of information about the different citation styles on the library website, as well as the manuals available in the library and digitally. And you can come to a librarian for citation help anytime you're confused about any of that as well. Um, so I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up today. I am going to briefly share my contact information again so that you all can see that. Once again, please reach out anytime you have questions about the library, resources, anything on campus. If you need to have a chat, come by, see me, let me know how I can help you with your research, and I'll be happy to do it.